What's good, what's poppin', what's hit, what it is, what it do, what's up? My name is Lindo, yes, and you are at Drop the Mic, the 6-time Emmy-nominated spoken word show like no other. And this time, we are on tour. We're visiting every community college campus to give you the best what community have to offer, from poets, from MCs to creative thinkers that are gonna promote and provoke your mind like no other. And today, we're here at
the Career and Advanced Technology Center, or CATC for short.
Hey!
Today we bring to you another round of our extraordinary students, communities, faculty members, the people that make the heart and soul of community college. We're excited. We're excited because, as Lindo said, we're on tour. Maybe we're on tour. Today we're at the Career Advanced Technology Center. The next time you see us, maybe we're gonna be on main campus. It's gonna be we everywhere, baby. We everywhere. That community college has put a foothold and bought some real estate. Never mind. Yes, we are here.
All right. So today we have competitors that are going to compete in 2 rounds of poetry. They often refer to as spoken word as the jazz of literary art, the last element of hip hop, but I often think about it as producers of culture and allow us to really see how words can impact people to raise their awareness and promote things to move forward in the progression of time, people, and thought. And in order to make sure that happens, we have some judges. So you might have seen her hosting the show before, but now she got fired and she got rehired as a judge. Let's give it up for Dr. Michelle Myers.
Thank you so much for that, Lindo, and also Marquise for that really wonderful opening to the show. Yes, I want to reiterate that this is the first round of the second audition show, which we are holding here at the Career and Advanced Technology Center in West Philadelphia, because we are on tour. Drop the Mic is on tour, and we are holding audition shows at the regional centers. And so we're just really happy to be here at CATC, which is what the Career and Advanced Technology Center is also known as. It's short for the acronym for that is CATC. And so we just want to thank the folks at CATC for welcoming us here and for hosting us, and for having our contestants come out here to West Philly to be a part of this. I just want to go over some housekeeping and just talk about what we're going to be seeing today. So as far as the contestants, we have 6 contestants who will be performing today, and they will be performing poetry, rap lyrics, or theatrical monologue. They must perform those a cappella in under 3 minutes and 15 seconds, okay? And also with no props. All right. And so also I have the pleasure of introducing our judges for today. And so to my right, to the audience's left, we have Alicia Dantzler. Can we give it up for Alicia, please? Alicia is an alumni of Community College of Philadelphia. Can we give it up for being a graduate of CCP? Yes, she has her associate's and bachelor's degree in behavioral health. And she has also been a therapist working with children with disabilities. So can we give it up for Alicia one more time? And then next to Alicia, we have Corey Delaney. Please give it up for Corey. Corey is the director for the Center for Male Engagement here at Community College of Philadelphia. He is also a professional DJ who goes by the DJ name DJ Corey Martin. Please give it up for that, for DJ Corey Martin. We're super excited to have Corey here today, and he will be back again for our final showcase, where he's actually going to DJ our final showcase. So we're very, very excited about that. Yes.
Air horns.
And then at the very end of our table, last but not least, we have Professor Sharice Shane. Please give it up for Professor Shane. She is an assistant professor in the English department here at CCP. She's a Philadelphia native. She likes to have her students call her DJ Professor Shane. Give it up for DJ Professor Shane.
got a lot of details.
She also considers herself a woman of the word and a language lover. So that's our panel of judges. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Marquise and Lindo.
Thank you, Michelle. Can we give it up for our judges, please? Again, one more time. All right, so apparently I missed introducing myself. My name is Marquise Riley, a.k.a. Clipboard Poppy, a.k.a. Mr. PYJ Pretty Young John, and we are here, and we are ready. Are we ready to start round one? Yeah. Are we ready to start round one? Yeah. No, we are not. Because we still have a few house rules to go over. All right, so... Again, this is a poetry competition. And so that means not only will we have poets, MCs and such up here delivering to you, but our audience member, our fabulous audience members, we will have you delivering to us as well. It's going to be like a little tennis thing, volleying back and forth, all right? So when someone's up here, they're giving you their all, they're giving you them, you hear something you like, there are a few things that you can do, all right? So here, let's test it out. You can hit them with a snap. Let me hear some snaps. All right. That's like you approve. Yes, that's the gentle. Yeah, okay. Now, if you're feeling it a level up in your spirit, you can hit it with a let me hear Yes, it's like you want the words to escape, but you want to be polite about it. And then after that, you level 3, kick it up a notch. You can hit them with a yes. Let me hear yes. Or for those who would like an alternative, you can hit them with a yeah. Yeah. Put it in bold. Make sure they hear you. Yes, exactly. Say it with your chest. But again, this is an interactive experience. So the more that you give our poets, the more that they will give you. All right? And we will have 6 poets coming up to perform. I would like you to give as much energy to the first poet or to the last poet as you give the first poet, okay? Can we keep the same energy? Yeah. Sounds good to me. Sounds great to me. And there will be I repeat, eye contact. No hateration or holleration in this dancery, all right?
Okay.
Everyone, yeah, exactly. Everyone's here to share what they got to share. If you got something on your spirit that you just like, take it outside. When we in this space, we're in this space together. If you get a phone call, you got a bad cough, hacking up a hairball or something, take it outside. Because again, trying to preserve the space and not make our crew work harder than they need to. All right? Now, are we ready for the first round? Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. On deck, we have Brian, but right now, coming up to the stage, we have Black Cancer. Give it up for him.
Spoken word poetry means to me self-expression. Creating art and giving it to others, or creating art, it could be for yourself. You don't necessarily have to share, but you are venting through writing. That's poetry to me.
Hey, y'all. Oh, that was crazy. What's up, y'all? All right, that's a little better. The poem I'm going to get into is called Rise. It is actually dedicated to CCP or CCP students, so hopefully everybody enjoys. Let's get it. Man, you hit a 4-year college and anywhere between $33,000 to $40,000 in debt per semester you're expected to gain. While on the other hand, you only spend a couple bands attending a community college like CCP, so put some respect on its name. We alumni fly higher than any Birdman because our cash money stretch farther than any intellectual lane. Applying for classes is a breeze with the exception of aid financially helping you while on your journey to new opportunities. Find your driving like music to a mechanic's car. Fine tune and lead if your process is succeeding. Yeah, make it hot. Rise like the phoenix in your academic cause classes in business so have the ambition to fly and reach heights greater cause time is now, not later. Ain't nothing sweet you with a fad of failure or come coming close to face academic probation. Listen, I've been there, done that. What's next was the affirmation of graduating from this community college to a university that fitted me but didn't worry me, because leaving CCP behind was like leaving my family after 2.5 years of them being close to me. I'm saying the P is the reason for this poetry. Applying, hold up. Can I get that? All right, let's see. Continuing studies in a 4-year of finding assurance in a career job that best fits your qualities is how it's supposed to be. So find your drive and lead, because CCP was a home to me. Thanks.
Give it up one more time for Black Cancer, everyone. All right. How you feeling?
Napoleon complex.
Okay, fantastic. Now we are going to take it to the judges to see how they feel. Starting with Dr. Myers.
Well, Black Cancer, you know you have an amazing stage presence, right? So I really loved how you came up to the mic. It's, you know, your delivery style is hard-hitting and emphatic, but also very smooth, right? So you have a really great flow. So the performance aspect of it was just really wonderful. And then the message of the poem, too, was something that I think that, you know, in terms of appreciating CCP, as well as communicating that from the perspective of a student. And I think that it was just a really great way to kick off this Drop the Mic audition show in terms of like giving props to CCP. So thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Next we have Alicia.
I really enjoyed the metaphors, your flow. I can appreciate your breath control. And then also just the breakdown of student struggles, but also the victory in it. I will say, take your time, because I feel like you knew it. And when you pop back in, you knew it. So just take your time and just allow yourself that grace.
Yes, it was good to see you again. I recall seeing you in 2019, so it's good to see you again.
You too.
Similar to last time, and like everyone else has mentioned, your flow, delivery, the cadence, and similar to what Alicia had mentioned, you know, take your time with it, right? I think you were 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you know, so use that whole 3:15 you got. And there were, you know, a few words where the enunciation, if you took more time, would have, you know, had more impact. But topic was full and rich. And I really love how you told your story through your poem. So thank you.
Thank you, Corey. And
Yes, thank you so much. We're rising. I love how you invited us to rise with you, even starting the poem by inviting us to relax with you, right? We wanted to kind of vibe, like, and wait and see.
Right.
And you were like, it's cool. And I love that you invited your audience to participate not only in the beginning, but also in the middle when you were wanting to rise, right? Continuing that rise cadence, right, in your message, and even deciding that in that moment where you were kind of, it could look almost like you were sinking, right, in a moment, right? But you adapted in the moment and rose again, and you invited us to snap with you, to invite you to come up from where you were, to remind yourself of what was already inside of you, to rise on out. So I enjoyed. Oh, hey. Listen, you brought it out of us. Okay, so thank you so much. Appreciate you all day. Keep on rising. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you.
thank you, judges. Give one more time for Black Cancer.
Yes.
Before we move on, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge Sharice's hairy ass hair. Yes, I love it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. All right. All right. That was our first poet. How y'all feeling?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Like I said, keep the same energy, because we got some more heat for y'all. Up on deck, we have Haley. But right now, give it up one good time for Brian.
What made me come here today? I got an email from a professor about it, and then I was like, I should do it. I should try eventually. A little bit nerve-wracking, but I was like, well, I mean, if nothing else, it should be fun, right? So we'll see if that's true. This poem is called Gender Troubles. Man is a dog. Man is born free. Man everywhere is taught to chase his chains, to love his leash, to lick man blood and call it sustenance. Man deserves to be hacked to bits, to bite his tongue as his tendons rip. Man thrashes, temper flares, heart hardens, but man does not break. Man erodes man, is grabbed by the collar and bridled and bowed and told man. Snap man's neck if man wants out. Man is a cage of bone white bars and sticky ceilings. Man's metal, molted, tested, failed. Man's laughter runs rough through a high rise of cells, a chronic drip, a burning bit of flesh, a fumigation for the rest of us. Man is anywhere his breath seeps. Man is neuron linings and veiled teeth. Man is corona amber, cigar yellow, gold links. Man is I, much as I try otherwise. Man snaps my heels and bid me crawl. Man gives me worth and bids me till I'm bought. Man, bought man, keeps me from myself. Man is relentless. Man is the fire and the wick. Man is the vein and the pick. Man is the dog and the gristle is I, stuck between teeth, thrashing. Man is a bull, I'm gore. On the horn, my blood, for a sheath sword baptized in me, my own wanting. Thank you.
How you feel about that poem?
I was nervous to present it.
I couldn't tell. I don't think anybody felt that way, but let's see how the judges felt. So we're going to start off with Alicia.
I really like your voice. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, because you gave such a good. Although you were reading, you did a good job at keeping us present with your voice. And then I also like the repetition. I think it was a well-written poem from start to finish, and just good job.
Thank you.
Indeed. Amazing job, Brian. It's so good to see you, having seen you around campus, and now seeing this side of you. I love to see it, so definitely keep doing it. Yeah, but you were like never known that you were nervous. It was incredible. So I think in the opening lines you were talking about love his leash. Man loves his leash, and then you later bring it back around to the gold links, right? That reminds me of that Kanye lyric, right? But definitely take your time. Again, similarly, you have 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think sometimes the nerves can rush us through, but definitely take your time because what you say is important and needs to be said. So treat it as such. And then the last thing I'll say is I didn't know who you were talking about, right? Because the man with A-N versus men, E-N, right? So who are you talking about? A specific person? Are you talking about, the gender? It's like really, it made me think. So I love that piece of your poem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Take your time, young man. Now, I decided that because of the man, right? Right, because of the man ending, but also I do think that in your desire to talk through this gender trouble, right? That's happening with this concept of man and men. That I did hear some nervousness, and sometimes I think that in performing, right, we want things to sound almost not human, right? So there can be an element of using nervousness, right, in a way that provides a greater essence to the man. Right? Even as you were doing the dance of talking about the man and these different elements, and then you as a man were showing up where your voice, right, was rushing through that passionately, but then there was a moment for me where I did hear nervousness, but that's okay. And I would even invite you to play with that idea, right, as a performer, to invite that humanity of your manhood to continue to show up when you as you present this again. So thank you for sharing.
And last but not least, Dr. Michelle Myers.
So, Brian, I really enjoyed this poem. I think it was such a well-written poem. There are so many aspects of the structure of this poem that I really appreciated. I love the extended metaphor, which I know that my fellow judges have already talked about. Use of great descriptive language. I also love the use of repetition and parallel structure throughout the piece, right? And it really carried us along. It really carried us with you as we were, as Corey had mentioned, right? The man or the men, right? We don't really know who you're talking about, but it doesn't matter because we're emotionally with you. We're emotionally invested with what you're talking about here, going through the feelings of restriction, feelings of struggle, trying to break free, right? All of that imagery in there. And so we went on that journey with you, and it was really beautiful. The one thing that I would just suggest, because it's okay, if you need to refer to your phone and so forth, I think you did a great job of still trying to incorporate hand gestures throughout your performance. I would have liked to have seen you look up at least a couple times. You know what I mean? Because you didn't look up at all, through that whole performance. And it would have been so powerful if for some of your lines, just to hit them hard, that if you looked up at the audience, even just that little thing, a couple times would have really drove this message home even more. Yeah. But wonderful job. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. We're all human beings. Here we are. So on deck, we have Unleash Me, but coming up to the stage, we have Haley.
Spoken word is honestly just like an expression of yourself and a way to get your thoughts out there in a way that makes sense and can move the audience. Drip, drip, always accompanied by the sound of a leaky faucet. Tap, tap, or my heel driving itself into the floor. Bzzz, the air conditioner unit whirling on. Beep, beep, a symphony of the sounds around me. Tick, tick, a melody of the world. But it gives room for my thoughts to breathe. God, this shirt is so uncomfortable. They scream just to hear their own voice. I'm really in the mood for cookies. We should make some. Incessant overlapping. Ooh, that's a good idea. Write that down. When given room, they run and run. We should make them for our friend's birthday. They take me down their winding paths. But what if they don't turn out good enough? An endless journey of misery. Am I even good enough?
Thank you, Haley. Give it up one more time for Haley. Yeah. All right, Haley, how you feeling?
Good.
Good. I would like to let the people know that this was Haley's first time. Give it up for Haley's first time. Exactly. Yeah, shake it off, shake it off. All right. Let us go to the judges. Let's start with Corey.
Yes, I think it was incredible. I loved how you just started. The preamble is oftentimes good, but you just went. I don't even know the title of the poem, but I wrote down drip, drip, right? So, and I've always wanted to use this word. I don't know how to spell it, but the onomatopoeia, is that right? Look at me, with the English professors up here, right? But I love your use of that, and the it, the they. I was really anchored into finding out what you were referring to. And a few of the things I had were like maybe memories or feelings. You mentioned like the shirt feels. What if it doesn't go? And that kind of downward spiral we can take ourselves through. It just really took me on a journey to figure out what you were referring to. But I love that it was also kind of ambiguous. So thank you. Great job. Great job.
Before we get to Sharice, I want to also say, Corey, that I do not know how to spell onomatopoeia as well. So we're in the same boat, brother.
Yes,
all right.
Hail to Haley, okay? That's what comes to me. I love language, love your play with words. You just danced. You just enjoyed yourself. I can tell that you love to write, and it almost felt like a poem / story / play. It was like giving me a lot of different experiences. I really appreciate what my colleague Corey said as well, as far as like I wasn't sure where we're going, but it was okay. We were on this journey together, and it was fun. It was very fun. So I really appreciate your way of just being present and just walking yourself and walking us through this dance experience that you're going through as the one situated in the message, but then also the one who is the writer and the author. So thank you so much. Beautiful job.
Thank you. Dr. Miles.
So Haley, what I really loved about this poem was you had these juxtapositions that took place in this poem. So you had these juxtapositions of imagery, right? So of the descriptive language. So you had the sound, and then you had the visual that went with the sound, right? And so that was just in terms of, you know, the language of the poem itself, right? But then the other juxtaposition, which was, you know, very, very interesting to me and which took us deeper into the poem, was the juxtaposition of the external world to the internal world, right? So it was the sound to the visual, but then it was, you know, external world to the internal world. And so that you took us into, so that became the vehicle into the internal world of this persona, of this poetic persona. And I think what I really loved too is that once we got into that internal world, it was almost like it was a ping pong machine. We were being, you know, it was a ping pong back and forth between different triggers that eventually, you know, led us to these negative thoughts, these negative thought loops, you know. And I think that it was a really beautiful way to show how stream of consciousness works. And how we all do this. We all experience this, but we just don't know sometimes how to articulate it. And you know what you did? You articulated it beautifully. Thank you. Thank you so much for this poem.
All right, last but not least, Alicia.
For it to be your first time, I think you did a really great job of giving eye contact and also had meaningful hand gestures that match your tone, that match the words within a poem. I enjoyed the onomatopoeia as well. I wrote some butchered combination of letters to create the word. But I wanted to hear more because I was so into it based off of your voice just pulling me in, and also the eye contact. And like as I got into it, I'm like, okay. And then we got to and I think the last line also was pretty good because we're in this whole journey with you. And then it's like, okay. Then it abruptly stops. So I do want to hear more, and good job for your first time. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Give it up one more time for Haley, please. And guess what, Alicia? Your wish will be granted because Haley is going to be throwing it down again in round 2.
Excellent.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, we still in round 1. Everybody feeling great? Yeah. Everybody feeling fine? Yeah. All right. Well, poet on deck is Free Will. But right now, give it up for Unleash Me.
My inspiration behind my spoken word piece is that, I don't know, I think it's just so relevant nowadays with like black women. They should like see themselves. So that's what inspired me to write I Am Black Woman, like about myself, and then talking about black women as a whole. This poem is entitled, I Am Black Woman. I am black woman, silky brown skin in 100 hues. I am the coffee you need in the morning, brewing like Maxwell House to a woman's work, like the ache in her hands that soothes your brow. I am black woman that chases a chill down your arms like the shimmering of leaves of the fall breeze. Do you see the redness from the tears I cry underneath the soil that's bare dry? I am black woman who is resilient, carrying a mule on my back, trying to heal from generational trauma intact. I am young, gifted, and black. I am black woman running the 8 Mile, not like the trailer park, but the projects at heart. Our complexity of brown skin is such a delight that is bright and filled with so much joy. Our loudness isn't ignorance, it's a celebration. I am here and grounded to my roots where my ancestors laid. I am black woman.
How you feel?
I feel a little nervous, but I messed up one time, but it's cool.
I think you did smooth. And this is not your first time at the rodeo.
No, this isn't my first time, but I feel like I should have utilized the clock more. But
Okay. Well, welcome back. It was nice seeing you on other season, and it was even joyous to see you this time. But let's see what the judges have to say. So we're going to start off with you, Sharice. Did I say your name right?
You did.
Okay,
Sharice.
cool. I was so nervous. I was practicing it. I was like, Sharice.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
I'm black woman. It's all in me. Right. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Thank you. Thank you so much for celebrating you and celebrating all of us. Right? Because the origin of humanity, right? Birth through, right? The black woman. So thank you for taking the time out to take on such a tremendous task of sharing that, right? Sharing what's inside of you with the rest of us. Beautiful job. And I love also that you are speaking out of your own healing process, is what I heard. And I heard you mention the healing in terms of healing and the trauma intact, right, from different experiences. And so just wanted to celebrate that first and foremost. And I want to encourage you to continue in your time, right, your private time of reflecting and writing, right, because you'll become even more confident, right, that nervousness, you'll be able to even use it even more powerfully than you did today in the future. So I want to encourage you to continue to write from that source of vulnerability, right, as you presented today, because I would love to hear more from you. It's to be continued. So thank you for today. Appreciate you.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Michelle.
So first of all, welcome back. Welcome back to Drop the Mic. It's so great to see you here again. And I just want to say that, well, first of all, it was just a beautifully written poem. You know, once again, in terms of structure, you had the parallel structure, right, the repetition, and through you're also the metaphors and the imagery that you used. And I really loved the metaphors and the imagery that you use, because yes, it started with self, but then it also connected from self through generations back to ancestors, right? And so it was the idea of, even though we begin with self and the experiences of self, we have to remember those who came before us, right? And honoring that, right? So honoring of self is also honoring of all of that, of generations and of our ancestors. And I also really enjoyed that as you were delivering this piece, you stood behind that mic and you stood tall and your voice was clear and you delivered it with such conviction. And that also brought us into this piece and, really helped us to feel the celebration that you wanted this piece to be. So thank you so much for your poem.
Alicia.
I really enjoyed specific lines because I wrote them down because, I love me some Maxwell. And then I also was also a sucker for 8 Mile growing up. So I really could enjoy those lines and the connections that you made to who we are. I feel like you delivered this poem in just praising who you are and who we are. And even when you had a moment where you slightly messed up, you still did it with such confidence where you just stepped back into where you were, head held high, and continued to deliver. So thank you for that.
Yes. A few words that I wrote. So one, no one would ever know that you messed up because you carried it on unless you told us, right? Okay. So that's part of the act, right? Like the theater of it all. So yeah, definitely be more confident even in the mistakes. Okay. Right? But you spoke from an asset-based framework, right? So it's not, there's always that saying, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Mm-hmm. Today, you told us who you were and where you come from. Yeah. And the couple words I took were, in spite of, you spoke life into yourself and into your ancestors. So I want to thank you for speaking that to us today.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll see you for round 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You know the poems are hitting when they're inspiring the judges to do little poems just in the feedback. They up here acting like they not poets too. And
I wish I could sing. I could sing.
You know, I was upset you didn't sing the second part to that song.
No, just a little bit.
Oh, just a little. Oh, you got. All right, we want more. We want more. But we got your voice for this round and next round, so we're gonna hear more. So, with that being said, we have on deck Ava, and for right now we have Free Will.
So I've always been into the written word, and I guess more recently I've been what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of expanding my exploration into the performance aspect with emceeing and music, stuff like that. I've never actually done like a true spoken word competition or open mic or anything before, so I'm excited to do this.
Oh yeah, you can come up.
All right, what's up, everyone?
Let me adjust that for you because I'm not a great host if I don't.
I just don't want to mess anything up, made me nervous with that conversation earlier. Yeah, so what's up, everyone? I just wanted to thank everyone for being here. My name is Free Will. I'm a poet and musician. I'm one half of the hip-hop group Mandala Effects, so if you like what I'm doing, make sure you check us out. This first poem that I'm going to do, I guess it's still morning for a couple of minutes, is called Lunar Mansion. The way I felt, too strung out to help myself, drowning in a well of doubt, thought it was only about chasing that high, but now I realize I was chasing a lie. Well, that's life. At least you're still alive until you die, and then that's death. So savor each breath, or at least try to inhale this polluted air without wondering why acid rain causes pain, but the rivers run dry. Why do men mistreat women, but it's pussy to cry? How do I feel so low when I get so high, fly so low, but got the weight of a passenger flight? So what's wrong, what's right? You can act nice and polite, but still be unkind. Now it's time to unwind the real. I push breath into flesh, cause I forgot how to feel. Till I keep my thoughts still. Distinguish between illusion and what's real. Don't extinguish the love through the confusion and anguish. Tell the difference between blessings and skill. Used to be ill and now I spread goodwill. Takes time to stay alive, there's no time to heal. Barely got time to get high, I don't got time to chill. On the way to make a deal, the only way to deal, life's real. I wonder how I ended up here. But if the future was clear, there'd be nothing to pursue. Searching for a clue, something new and improved. I got nothing to lose, just a world to move. Thank you.
Keep it going for Free Will, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just would like to also reiterate that I love Will's shirt.
Thank you.
All right, to the judges. We are going to start with Michelle.
So Free Will, that was really amazing. You have a great flow.
Thank
really
you.
great flow, great delivery style. I thought your wordplay also was really great. I think that, well, first of all, I just want to say too that, you came up here, you were sitting over there for like most of the morning, you're being really quiet and so forth, and then you come up here and you're, yeah, right? And you really had command of the mic. And really great stage presence. So I just want to acknowledge all of that as far as your performance is concerned. I also really love the message of this poem. It was kind of like a me against the world kind of message as far as like trying to find one's place. And even when the world doesn't believe in you, you have to believe in yourself, and you do believe in yourself, right? And so in communicating that message, which is a personal message, that is also something that is a model to all of us, right? So really great in terms of like, marrying the message to your delivery style. So thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alicia.
I really enjoyed your energy. I feel like, as Michelle said, you were sitting, you were chilling, and then when you got to the mic, it was just such great energy that came from you. And I feel like your energy matched the words within a poem. Like it was some fire behind everything you were saying. I really enjoyed the acid rain line. I like that your rhyme scheme was not predictable because you would switch it up every so often, and I could really enjoy that. And I think your eye contact throughout the entire poem was dope as well.
Thank you.
Yes, tarts ain't the only thing popping. You came up ready to go. I love it. Yeah. again, similarly, your eye contact, the command, the confidence. But I love, similar to Dr. Myers had mentioned, the message and the mission behind your words. It seemed like you wrote this at a time where you were telling yourself, like, yo, I could be doing X, Y, and Z, juxtaposition, but I know I'm only here for a little while. I gotta be me, and I gotta heal and heal others. And I think you're definitely doing that. So thank you so much. It was like, we got 3 words up here. Is it a poem, a rap, or a monologue? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to circle, because that was just everything all in one.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Corey sliding in bars. All right.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Free will, right? You just brought it. And I agree with the other judges that it was a delight for you to see you, right, kind of centered on being an audience, right, and just enjoying being present to support others, and then to come up here and to deliver with such confidence and power, and to speak life to us while speaking life to yourself, because I could hear, right, that you've been through a lot of things, and you haven't let the through stop you. We're moving. Like, I love how you ended with that. We are moving, and we are pressing through difficulty, right? And I love the dance between just thinking through someone who maybe has struggled through addiction, right? Drug addiction, and how people go towards that to escape, right? But there is this focus on moving in life and enjoying life, right? And not focusing on the lack of it, but focusing on the fullness of it, the free will of it, right? And so I just want to encourage you in the living and the moving and the writing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
Give it up one more time
Yes.
for Free Will.
Thanks, man.
I tried to tell y'all, it's a competition. Also, these insightful judges, like, they dropping knowledge. Shout out to the judges. All right. We still feeling good? Yeah. Fantastic. So, first of all, if you're watching at home and you've been captivated and in tuned, you heard us at the beginning say we had 6 poets. We have 7. And before y'all call us out on the internet, try to come for us in the comment section, don't. All right, so on deck, we have Ken, but coming up next to the stage, please give it up for Ava.
Well, I've always wrote poetry, especially during tough times, and I haven't really had the opportunity to share poetry outside of my high school years, and so I would love to take the opportunity just to share with the people what I've made and see if I can connect with other poets. My name's Ava, and this poem is called Ode to Ava. I'm stuck in the past, stuck in this passive point of view, encompassed in nearly violent shades of gray and suffocating blue. In violent hues, my mood continues in a steady plateau where 2 waves of sadness and shame lull over me, reminding me of what's now new. What I knew, the security I felt back then, the ambition to succeed and receive the rewards and pedigrees and niggas telling me, keep going, the award is yours. But I feel stuck in this 8x4 box, this cracked, steady city block, this race against the clock, this ringing in my ears, this pop, this itching on my skin. I beg to nostalgia, make it stop. Staying up late, stomach on quake, thoughts won't break, this shit ain't good for my health. Mind full of bugs, buzzing to green drugs, pockets on E, this shit ain't good for my wealth. I'm in the mirror different, I see a different picture, images of switchers, this shit ain't good for myself. I'm Vibing lower now, from up I don't know down, from here I don't know how I'm swimming in this delph. I'm looking at myself from right I know no left. I just sit pretty and smile and call me elf on the shelf. I'm different. In the mirror, I look at who I was and I tell her, fuck you. All the judgment, all the fear, all the pain you put me through, all the lies, all the games, all the fantasies you construed. You weren't really a friend to me, were you? But when I understood why you were there, it allowed me breakthrough. Cover the wounds my past has made and fill them with sugar. Feed my inner child, ease the pain that shook her. Nostalgia, give me the courage to find victory once more. Give me the wisdom to discern when about to falter. Give me the strength to defeat myself in war. Thank you.
How you feeling? Okay. I don't know how to interpret that, but here we are. We have arrived. Let's see if the judges feel the same way. We're gonna start off with Alicia.
I feel like you had a really soothing voice, and I can appreciate your word choice throughout the poem. I think you did a really great job at, although you were reading, you looked all around the room. You gave us eye contact plenty of times, so I think you did a great job at balancing the reading and the holding of your book, but to still being present in a moment. And my last thing, or no, I got two more things. I think the intentional breaths that you took throughout the piece were very powerful, and it helped push your piece along. And then lastly, I just had my own, what I took from it, which was peaceful power, because something in your voice, it was very peaceful, it was very soothing, but it was also very powerful in what you delivered. So thank you.
Yeah, similarly, I like the quietness of your voice and the time you took, but then you also turned it up a little bit at the end, and I appreciated that. Like you sped up a little bit, and your voice became more resonant and louder. And your poem called "Ode to Ava," I heard a lot about the old Ava and the new. And I was wondering, are you writing an ode to who you were or who you want to be? And it almost seemed like a prayer at the end when you kind of brought it all together. But also reminded me of like Issa Rae when she's in the mirror, talking to herself. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, definitely powerful. Yeah. So it's like if Issa Rae was like a calm spoken word artist, But that was really dope. Good job.
Yes, Miss Ava, just beautiful in presence, but then also in speech. Like Corey, quiet storm is what you are giving. Very reflective, very introspective, right? And choosing to invite us right into that thought world that you have. Love the way that you were just so dramatic, right, intentionally, as my other colleague judge shared as well. It was poetic, but then also it was dramatic, and just love the breakthrough that you exhibited even right before us, as well as the time that you took to write this. We got a chance to get a glimpse into this world of this breakthrough that you're experiencing between the old you and the new you. Keep on going. Yes. Thank you.
Michelle.
Yes, this is a very beautiful poem, and thank you so much for sharing it. Just to echo some of the things that my fellow judges have said, I thought you had a very soothing, melodic voice. I thought you had great facial expressions as well as use of body language, and that's where like the dramatic elements came in, right? Or even more theatrical elements worked into your performance, which I think worked really beautifully with your poem. I also really appreciated the message of this poem. The message of this poem to me was advocating for oneself to have a radical sense of self-love, right? And so, there's of course, there's a struggle going on in the poem, this internal struggle, but it's also about like how external pressures and external judgments, how we internalize those things, right? And how they get mirrored back into ourselves. And so then it's reflected in ourselves and we believe those things, but then how do we find the inner strength to push back against that and say, no, I love myself. And then that's the radical self-love, like, fuck the world, fuck what you say, I love myself, and move forward in life through that. And so I really, again, beautiful poem, beautiful message, really great job of incorporating that into your body language as you were performing too.
Self-love is the best love, guys.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are watching, I want to let you know, just like you see with our judges, poetry inspires other people to be poets. So if you find yourself being inspired in this moment, write those lines down because you could be here at Drop the Mic as well. So with that being said, we have our last contestant, and I'm so excited about this because this will be the last contestant for our first round. Let's give a big round of applause to Ken.
Spoken word, I think, for me, it's personal for some people. For me, I enjoy bringing the whole book world to life. That's why I do it. I like it. I think it's fun, like bringing that world to life.
Hi, you guys. Okay, so the name of my poem is Homophobia. So I guess I'll start. Okay, so I'm like a little nervous. I'm sorry. Okay, so he hides in dark shadows. Wait, hold on. He hides in dark shadows, but you can see him in plain sight. A ghoul, a goblin, with a perfect month forthright. He's my tormentor, my torturer, the love of my life. A gun license, booby traps. But when I see him, I don't put up a fight. I'm sorry. Maybe we're soulmates. We were meant to be. The world can take the veil off my eyes, and maybe I can. The world can take the world. Hold on, I'm sorry. The world can take the veil off my eyes, and I can escape and be free and see what I see. And hold on, I can escape and be free. I can escape and be free once I see what I see. Sorry. Oh, every time we leave each other, I leave footsteps in the sands and tell him to follow, that he can follow me. I'm sorry, I'm like really getting choked. Oh, every time we leave each other, I leave footsteps in the sand and tell him he can follow me. No, tell him, I'm sorry. Every time we leave each other, I leave footsteps in the sand and tell him it's okay to follow me. Then I pray at night for great storms to wash away the footsteps that's haunting thee. Sometimes I wonder if he fantasizes about me in the shadows of his mind. He's one of the guards in my mental breakdown prison. His words so sharp, they cut, kill, and stop time. His words so sharp. I'm sorry. His words so sharp. They can cut, kill, and stop time. If the world was raining acid, I would let him stand under my umbrella. And now that I think about it, he's not really a bad fella. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. First of all, I don't know where you're at, Lindo. All right, but I'm come over here just for a second. So, this was Ken's first time performing.
I got a little nervous.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Because this demonstrates how whether you are a seasoned performer or it's your first time, this is a stage for you. We are here for you because we want to hear you. So we thank you. No, please, hey, don't apologize. You good because we here for you. All right? Absolutely. All right. So let's take it to the judges. We will start with Corey.
Yes. And I was gonna ask if this is your first time presenting this in public.
I'm sorry.
No, please. And also, don't apologize, right? I understand, what you wanted may not have been what you delivered. But I wrote down, so there's a nomo and the ashe, right? The spoken word and the written word, right? When you write something and when you speak it, it has power. So treat that power as such, right? Because what you have to say is very important. So the practice that you spoke of, right? Your words have so much power that you have to practice how to use that power. So make sure that you definitely practice in the future. Because like some of your lines, like he's the guard in my mental prison. I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Breakdown. So what you have to say is, and what you have to say is important. So make sure that when you share it with us next time, we see that growth, because I can't wait to see you again. Yes.
Thank you. I know what it takes to decide that you're going to press through your fear to present, right? And so one down, right? You did it, right? You took the time out in private to write it, and not just think it or just feel it. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so I just wanted to celebrate, right, that you are standing in front of us and you're delivering a message that is really important, and it has a lot to do with our humanity and understanding each other. And so I appreciate that you press through to that. This is a very difficult subject, but it's one that needs to be talked about so that we can understand each other. And one of the things that really stood out for me is your love for humanity and for people who don't understand others, right? And your decision in an acid rainstorm to hold the umbrella.
He could stand under my umbrella.
I heard you. Did I not hear you? Okay. All right. You said it and I heard it the first time, right? Okay. And so that was so powerful because hatred, right, would say, you suffer under the acid, okay? So that was so powerful that you're like, it's your umbrella, right? You put in your poem that power that I have the power to cover and to show love as opposed to hatred, even though there is I'm wondering, right, so much about what's going on with you in your head, right? You don't want to kill that person, but you want to actually learn and exchange a word of communication. So, so thank you for sharing. Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, first of all, I just want to say that, for this being your first time performing and sharing a piece on the mic, you did a really great job. So, so thank you so much. And this poem was such a blessing to hear, right? You came up here, this poem is filled, as Sharice was just saying, it's filled with so much grace. And there's such beautiful metaphor throughout this poem as well, right? In terms of just the written construction of this piece. I also wrote down a line. I know it's not exactly what you said because I was trying to write it down real fast before you moved on, but it was something about, every day we leave leave each other, I leave footsteps in his hands and tell him to follow
I
me.
leave footsteps in the sand and tell him to follow me. And that night, I pray for
Yes.
great storms to wash away the sand. That,
Yeah.
that footsteps that haunted, like, you know what I'm saying, wash away the
Yeah.
footsteps so nobody won't see the footsteps. That he followed me.
Yeah, those were beautiful lines, you know, because there was it was like that, you know, that again, that struggle, right, of wanting the acceptance, wanting the love, but at the same time realizing it's toxic. You know what I mean? And so then kind of wanting to be free of it, right? And so forth. And so just to see that, right, that in your lines, how you're expressing that struggle was just so amazing. Just such deep thought went into how you put this poem together. And so I just want to say thank you so much for sharing this poem. It was beautiful. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wrote down the same line because I just feel like the imagery behind it was really dope, and just knowing that like seeing how you were able to craft certain things. I feel like the poem in general is well crafted. And I have to say this because I wouldn't be me if I didn't say this. You have such a swag about yourself. I just want to see you translate that into your poetry. I think that confidence and how you come up, how you carry yourself, how you talk to us, just standing on stage. If you can find some of that swag and put it in your delivery, I think it will allow you to get through your poem, because you do a really good job at communicating, and your words are beautifully written. So I think we just need to find a way to have these two things come together, because I saw the swag when you came in. I'm like, okay, all right. So give yourself that grace also to just be able to transfer that energy into your writing. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Ken. So that concludes round one of Drop the Mic here at the Community College of Philadelphia Career and Advanced Technology Center. Give it up for all the poets who touched stage. All right, so please join us for round two.
Round two.
Where you will see these poets again. Leveling up.
Levels.
Right before your eyes.
In front of your eyes.
They're going to give you more of them, as we all want to see.
All of us want to see this.
And all we need is you.
We need you.
Come back and join us.
Come back and join us for round two. Let's give it up to the contestants, our live audience, and let's not forget, our judges.
And let's not forget our fantastic crew.
CCP TV! CCP TV!
Making sure you are all locked in. Join us for round two. Deuces!
Thank you.